Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at these INBIKE Breathable bike gloves. So these were provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase some of these, I'll put a link to them in the description, and if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So let's get these open. So these are the extra large gloves, and I used their guide on the Amazon page to measure my hand. So here are the gloves. So we have a padding here. It's a 3mm padding. Here's the materials listing. The palm lining is 100% polyester. The backhand is 82% polyamide and 18% elastane. Palm lining is 100% polyester. Palm outer material is 100% polyamide. Okay, I'll try these on. Okay, so that's a pretty snug fit. Now I don't want really floppy gloves when I'm riding a bike, so this is probably the correct fit. I could maybe go to the next size up, the extra large, but I definitely wouldn't want to go smaller. So it has a little tab here to help you put them on. So you can pull on that. So now I have both of them on. Now the thumb is kind of sticking out here. I can probably pull into that. There we go. So a full finger glove like this would be good on those days where it's cool out, where it feels comfortable, but with the wind blowing on it might make your hands a little bit cold. This just takes a chill off, so you're not affected by the wind chill. So these are touchscreen compatible. We can see the little pads here. So here I have an iPad. Let me log into it. So should be able to swipe up. So try and search for a page here. I'm able to type on this. This is an iPad. A phone would have a smaller screen, but they are compatible, so it may be tricky for you to type. Depends. A lot of times if you can just press the microphone for a voice to text, that can work. But here we're on a web page. I can scroll up and down, and I can pinch and zoom on here. It's very responsive, works very well. And that is on the left and right hands, so you can use either one. Now the other fingers are not, so it's just your finger and your thumb here. So if you use an app on your phone to track your progress or a map, you can manipulate it with your gloves on. You don't have to take your gloves off. I use a little app to track my ride, so I could easily hit the start-stop button or zoom in and zoom out. Now these say INBIKE and they're for bicycling, but you could easily use these as like driving gloves in your car and use it to touch the touchscreen on your car. They certainly wouldn't be limited to bikes. They're just marketed for bicyclists. This is also reflective here. Let me shut the light off and we'll check that out. So if I shine my light at it, it kind of brightens the whole thing up. I'm going to have it at a little angle, and you can see that is more reflective. It's kind of hard to demonstrate the reflectiveness at this angle, but you can see that is a reflective tape there with the logo on it. So if headlights were shining at that, that would kind of reflect back into the eyes of a motorist and make it a little bit more visible. So I'm going to go on a ride and test these out, and I'll come back and give my thoughts. Okay, I went on a ride. The gloves were very comfortable. It wasn't a super long ride. It's a little warm today. Now I was using a bike with mountain bike style handlebars with thumb shifters on it, but I see no reason these wouldn't work on road bikes or bikes with grip shifters. Since the whole back is stretchy, it easily conforms to the hand, and you have a little bit of padding here. So these aren't the most padded glove I've ever worn, but they do have some padding on them. Now if you were to fall, I think this would provide some abrasion resistance as you slide on the ground, protecting your hands. But of course it all depends on the situation. So those are the INBIKE Breathable bike gloves. If your main purpose is to mostly cover your hands to keep the wind off or even keep the sun off, I think these are a great option. I don't feel like there's a one-size-fits-all glove. Sometimes you might need a thermally insulated glove. In the summertime you might want fingerless gloves, but there's certain times of the year where you just want to cover your hands for the comfort. And I think this fits the bill. These are easy to put on. They're also easy to take off. They slide off easy. And they're pretty lightweight too. So maybe you start out your ride wearing gloves and it warms up throughout the day. You could easily fold these up and fit them in a bike bag. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.